Everything's been good, but it has been a little transition moving to heavyweight. But I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson, so he's not just throwing me around in the ring. So we've been sparring heavyweights, eating more food. Mike Tyson has called me fat, but I believe that the fat will turn into muscle. And yeah, come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight.
What's it done for to your power? Are you carrying more power now? Has it made you slower? How has it affected your ability to box, Jake?
Yeah, there's definitely slightly more power, but I think the biggest thing is, in the inside fighting and clinches, not getting pushed around by some of these heavyweights. But definitely when I'm jogging, I'm so much slower. I feel I feel like a rhino or something. Like it's definitely a lot harder to jog.
You said you were training with heavyweights. Anyone that you've trained with already, or you plan to train with between now and July 20th that we might have heard of?
Not currently any big names. I think as we get a little bit closer, we might bring in some bigger name people to get some really good work with, but no one as of yet.
How do you prepare for Mike? And it's been a few years since we've seen him in the ring. Do you watch the Roy Jones fight? Do you watch old Mike? How do you prepare for Mike Tyson, Jake?
Yeah, look, I mean, watching a lot of old footage because when you've been fighting for that long, you're gonna have a lot of the same habits and same movements. So I believe the footage that we're watching is actually really useful because he's been doing it for so long. He's going to have a lot of the same tendencies. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of film study, and it's actually helpful because a lot of my other opponents, it was hard to prepare for them because there was no boxing footage of them. For example, Nate Diaz, Tyron Woodley. We didn't know what they were going to do. So this is actually an advantage where we can train for specific situations throughout the camp.
You brought up some of those guys that you faced in the past, really talented fighters. Do you believe this is going to be the hardest challenge of your career so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Just moving up to heavyweight, Mike Tyson's power, his experience, his tenacity, the veteran tricks that he's gonna pull out, the stage, fighting in a stadium on Netflix, I'm gonna have to manage, the nerves and the excitement really well. This is my ultimate test of warfare, and that excites me.
You brought up AT&T Stadium and Netflix. They've got nearly, I mean, you could fit like 80, 100,000 people in the building. They've got almost 300 million subscribers. How many people do you think will actually be at the fight, Jake? And how many people do you think will be watching, streaming it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about, but I mean, yeah, as many people that could fit in the stadium, I think it's like 90,000 or 93,000. I think it's going to be packed to the brim, and the global viewership could be, in the hundreds of millions, like you said. So
That's like Super Bowl levels of
yeah,
viewers.
yeah, yeah. No, it's wild.
That's pretty
It
crazy.
doesn't make any sense, but the fact that Netflix is a part of this is like the perfect piece of the puzzle. It makes this trifecta of Netflix's audience, my audience, and Mike Tyson's audience.
It's crazy. Could you have imagined like when you got into boxing a few years ago and people were telling you you can't do it and you're not, you're a YouTuber, et cetera, et cetera. Could you have imagined that you'd be fighting Mike Tyson at AT&T Stadium on Netflix?
Definitely not. Definitely not. And yeah, it's a testament to kids watching at home or whoever's watching, like, don't listen to the critics, man. Just
Yeah.
do you, and don't be afraid to knock down the doors of opportunity because you truly never know where it's going to lead you.
People have talked about the age difference. Will you have any trepidation? Will you have any hesitation to lay Mike out if the shot's there? Do you take it easy on him at all?
Absolutely not. And because if he has the opportunity to do the same, you know damn well that he's going to finish me in embarrassing fashion. And so I have to reciprocate that same energy. But Mike Tyson is a killer. He's ruthless. He's the most vicious champion ever.
Yeah.
And so I have to channel that Mike Tyson energy to finish him, and the legend must fall.
Before I let you go, Jake, talk to me about Betr, because in the background, as you're preparing for this massive fight, Betr is absolutely killing it. You got the football season coming up. I mean, I'm sure there's all these, combat sports events where you could bet on. What's going on with Betr? How have things been?
It's been amazing, man. I remember we spoke when we launched,
Yeah.
and I told you it was gonna, be $1 billion company. We're
I know. I
about
kind of thought you were crazy when you said it.
Yeah, yeah, I am crazy. But we're halfway there now, sitting around like $500 million valuation, up to like 150 employees, and the fastest growing sports media brand online. We've surpassed every other sports gaming company on social media in terms of followers and engagement, all the metrics. And it's only been, I believe, like a little bit more than 2 years now. So everything's going amazing. And man, it's couldn't be happier with where things have gotten. And we're only growing faster and faster each month. So download Betr.